everyone, it's Margaret here with 60andMe. My makeup tutorial today is with a product that you may be familiar with. It's called ELF, E-L-F. It stands for Eyes, Lips and Face. It's a company that is so popular around the world because it does amazingly great products at a good price, affordable price. It's a drugstore line, and I live in Switzerland, so I cannot buy it over the counter, so I have to order. And I placed an order for some items that had been talked about for the last 6 months, new products that are considered to be duplicates or really good alternatives for very expensive luxury lines. And I'm going to share some with you today. Now, I wanted to say to you, first of all, I'm 73 years old. I'll be 74 soon. And my skin, I've got nothing on it at all this morning except for some Embryolisse moisturizer. Now, this Embryolisse, you can see it's in a huge jar. This is 500 milliliters. I've been using this for 3 or 4 years, buying the small one, which is like a creme de la, what's it called, concentrate. And it's $15 approximately for a 75 milliliter tube, and it's a creamy moisturizer. I use it as a cleanser too. It's very, very beautiful. A lot of people love it, and I discovered this huge 500 milliliter bottle, and it was $25. So it's an incredible bargain. Now this is designed, it says for face and body. So it's not as creamy, as thick, but I use it and I love it. So I'm gonna just pop a bit more on because I really want to show you how smooth and brightening this particular cream is. By the way, I've got some fake nails on today. I tried these at the Kiss Impress, and I like them. They actually fit me. Usually they're too big. But anyway, so that's the moisturizer, and it's a very good product, excellent value for money. Now, one of the products that ELF has brought out in the last 6 months, which is getting rave reviews, is their product called Halo Glow Liquid Filter. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. This is supposed to be a duplicate for a very expensive product by Charlotte Tilbury, and the purpose of it is to actually create an underglow, a highlighting glow to your skin. Now, it can be used in different ways. You can mix it with your foundation, you can use it all over your face as a foundation in itself, or you can just highlight some of the areas of your face that you want to glow under your foundation. So I'm going to use it today that way. Now, it's got a very strange doe foot applicator that is incredibly big. I can show you it, but I'm going to place it on my cheeks and here, and a little bit on my jowls and my chin, on my nose. And it actually, even though it's a huge applicator, you need to dab it in a couple of times. So that's kind of the approach I'm going to take, and I'm just going to put it on with my fingers. And you'll see as soon as I start to blend this in, it's super glowy. And for people with oily skin, this might not be perfect for you, but I'm going to blend it into my skin, put it on my eyes as well. And it serves as a kind of glowy moisturizer. Now you can see already how lovely that's that glow that's given on my skin. So that's kind of a base, and some people love it just like this. And in the summer months, I think that would be wonderful. But for me, I'm going to just put it on now as an undercoat. I do like it. It's really, really nice, and it's got not a stiffness, but it's got a firmness to it. So it doesn't go on and just feel like there's nothing there. You can actually feel it underneath your skin. I need to get my mirror to make sure I've blended it all properly. It's a challenge in this lighting too. Although the sun is going to pop out in a minute, I think, and give us some great light. So what I'm going to do on top of this is my eyeshadow. Now this is not a drugstore brand, but I know how it works, so I'm going to use this. But you can use any foundation that you love. One I have tried with this combination is the Wet n Wild Dewy Foundation. I think it's called Dewy Glow, but there's a matte version as well. But Wet n Wild does a very good product that you could use for this purpose. But I'm going to apply this eyeshadow, which again, I just know how it works with this particular foundation or underglow or Halo Glow by ELF. I'm just going to put that in. Again, I'm going to use my fingers. I mean, there's brushes everywhere that you can use for applying foundation, but for me, I just like to use my fingers. This is a little bit light for the weather. I mean, for the season. I've got a little bit of color on my face still, but it's getting into autumn, and I thought I'd just put this on to show you what that combination of that of the Glow by Elf, and then a sort of almost a matte. It's not matte, but it's kind of glowy foundation looks like, and I really like it. So the other thing that I wanted to mention is with brushes. I do actually have a great brush for foundation, BK Beauty, and I can actually dab that in if I wanted to just press it in a bit. But isn't that pretty? I think that's a really, really nice. And I've got this little age spot here, which always disappears when I use this combination. So that's the foundation I'm going to put on as a base. But e.l.f. does itself do some great brushes. And I did order one here, which is a multi-purpose brush. And I can use that for blush or for, I have nothing on it at all right now. But this is like $3. And that e.l.f. foundation, or the Dewy Glow, what's it called again? It's called the Halo Glow, is about $12. So that's one of the more expensive items in their family, but I think it's worth it for sure. So in terms of bronzer, now somebody mentioned, now e.l.f. does do bronzers, and they do a cream bronzer, they do powder bronzers, but I wanted to share with you this Rimmel one. This is it's called Radiance Block. And look at this, it's like $2, $2.50. And it's got like a shade option for blush and bronzer. And I'm going to use my BK Beauty brush if I can find it. This is the Hot and Flashy brush in their series, which is really nice for bronzer. And you can just kind of mix this up depending on the shade that you want. So it's very versatile and super, super affordable. So I'm going to put this on kind of some, just bronzer, not really contour, but just under my cheeks. And you will see, hopefully, how that adds some dimension. When you put foundation on, it kind of flattens your face, but this kind of gives it a little bit of texture back. Can you see how that is forming? And then if you are suffering, but dealing with, like I am, these jowls, you can put a bit of that underneath there too. And just dab it in. And so that's kind of a little bit of shaping that you can put on your cheeks. Now I haven't got the putty bronzer by e.l.f., but again, it's a great option. So if you want to stick with e.l.f. products for this whole process, just pick up the putty bronzer. And I forget the color I use. I'll try to remember and put it in the section below. But that's kind of the way for me to apply some bronzer, just to give some texture. They do have an amazing, however, blush. Now they've got putty blushes, which many of you are familiar with. I've talked about them before, but they've come out with a new one. It's called the Luminous Putty Blush. And this one, oh gosh, the names just are never on the package, but I'll show it to you. And I've used it quite a bit. It's a beautiful peachy pink color, and I'm going to use my blush brush by BK Beauty to just apply that. And wait till you see, this is such a nice color. And for some reason, that word luminous is not distracting you. It's a true word. This blush becomes so luminous and not shiny, but just glowy. And I really, really like it. And you can bring up a little bit on your cheeks there. I would recommend this. Probably is one of my favorite cream blushes. I actually do like the Honest Beauty one as well, which is also Drugstore. But this is just so, so pretty. And if it feels a bit too bright for you, you can just then go back with your foundation brush and, kind of calm it down a little bit if you want to do that. Just the edges, and just smooth the edges. Isn't that pretty? I really, really like this blush, and I promise you I will try to find the color. What happens with the e.l.f. is when you take off the sticker, it actually erases the name or the color as well. But this is a really lovely Luminous Putty Blush by e.l.f. Okay, so that's that. Now, in terms of eyebrows, I'm going to do my eyebrows, and I'm going to use the e.l.f. mascara brush. It's called Eyebrow. This is as good, in my opinion, as any high-end. I mean, I don't buy expensive things anymore, but, from my memory, when I used to buy more expensive things, this is great. It's got a very small little mascara brush, you can see, and it comes in a super small container as well. Perfect for travel, and I've taken this with me on travel. And you don't need much of it on your eyebrows. Now, I'm like everyone in their 60s and 70s. My eyebrows are fading. They're getting thinner and grayer, and this is actually the color taupe, and I'm going to just literally fill in the places where it needs a bit of extra. I'm not trying to create a new shape or even create some kind of height or any to my eyebrows, but I just want to show you just by pressing in and up. Sometimes actually I should do this the way that I normally do it. I do normally lift my eyebrow up like that, but can you see the difference? It's really, really lovely, and again, super affordable, under $3. I'm going to just do this the way that I do it. I'm looking into my phone, so this is a little teeny bit challenging, but you get the idea. When you're at home with good mirrors and some, sort of distance between you and the mirror, you can do this properly. But just always make sure you come out, but not down. Try to just, lift it out to the side, and then it gives that a bit of a height. Okay, I'm covering myself up with my mirror there. I think that's about right. I always look at these videos afterwards and think, oh, you could have done better with that eyebrow, or you could have done better with that. But you get the idea. You know what I'm trying to do. It's a very affordable option. And again, e.l.f. is reliable. And if you can get it, I don't know. I just love this brand. Eyebrow. Eyebrow is cool. All right, now for eyes themselves, I actually have two of their new line. These ones I'm showing you today are fairly new products. These are their putty, what do they call them? Putty bronzers, no budge cream eyeshadow. It's not putty, it's no budge cream eyeshadow. They also come in a stick, but this is the pot, which I really like. Now, I've got two colors. I'll show you them. This, they only have, I think, about 4 in the series, so you'll find these. This is kind of a taupe color, and this one is more of a peach color. Can you see? When you put your fingers in here, you expect it to be hard and it's difficult to rub, but it's creamy. It's so creamy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of my foundation, just a teeny bit, and put it on my eyes. I very rarely use concealer anymore, just because it's just, I'm not trying to hide anything anymore, to be honest. I'm just, for this purpose, I'm just trying to give it a little bit of a base. But, and I might dab this under my eyes as well, just to give it a bit of consistency with the rest of my face. But I just bring it up. And I do have hooded eyes, but I don't try to put powder on there to hide it or anything. I just like to use a cream eyeshadow. So I'm going to put, first of all, this darker color on. Well, I say darker. It's not that dark, although when you put it on your finger. This product doesn't go anywhere. If you put this on, it's there at the end of the day. Honestly, and I've done some tests before with this on my wrist, and even trying to wash it off, and you've got to use soap. So I'm going to just pop some of this on my eye. I'm just using my fingers again. You can use a brush, and there's some lovely brushes that the e.l.f. does too, to actually use as a smudge technique. But I am just going to put this on with my finger. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. And again, I'm keeping it on my eyelid. I'm not putting it up higher at all. Just make sure it's the same on both sides. I do have a brush here which I might use just because it allows you to see better than when my fingers are covering it. So that is literally all I will do as a base, and I'm just going to make sure I've got it on. Can you see how pretty that is though? I mean, you could walk out the door with this just like this and it would be fine. And as I said, it stays on. It's really pretty. So I'm going to, I think I've got some more on this side. It's hard to see. I'll make it even. Now the peach, there's also a pink color, which is really pretty with this combination, but I'm going to just pop some of this beautiful kind of peachy apricot color on, just on the center there of the eye. I just love this color. Maybe it's a bit too springy or too summery, but I just love it, and I think it accents your eyes with this combination is really pretty. What do you think? Okay, I'm gonna just take a look in my mirror and see what I'm doing here. How's everybody doing, by the way? I do these makeup tutorials, because I just love makeup and love playing, but then I always I forget to stop and say, how are you? How are you doing? Makeup is just for the outer sparkle that brings out the glow that's inside you, but we're all going through some very tough times at the moment, and it's not not a pleasant situation to feel so helpless sometimes. Okay, I think that's even, hopefully. What do you think? It's a really nice combination. It looks good with blue or with browns or dark or black, and I think that's a nice look for the eyeshadow. And as I said, again, good value. I think these were under $5 or $6, and they're certainly worth their money. But this is the e.l.f. No Budge Cream Eyeshadow. Okay, so that's one of my favorites. Those two cream products, the cheeks and the eyes, are like, honestly, that's all I would take. Oh, I did want to show you this actually. I did buy some concealer. This is a concealer product that Elf just came out with too, and it's in a box like this. It's called upside down. It is called Flawless Concealer, and it reminds me of the I always pronounce this wrong, but it's a Touche Eclat by Yves Saint Laurent, and it's the same look. It's got the same brush, same roll up sort of feature, and I'll put some on just for fun. I'll just put a little bit here and a little bit here. And it is a nice concealer. If you've got hooded eye, or not hooded eyes, but dry eyes, or lots and lots of dark circles or wrinkles under your eyes, it works beautifully, and it blends so well. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, I can see that a difference already. But I think that was a bit too much on that side. I take it over here, try to even it out. Yeah, but this is a new concealer from Elf. It's getting lots and lots of great reviews, and as I said, I don't bother too much with concealer anymore, but it is nice. I'll put it on my nose in the middle there. These are the places to put some concealer. Up here, on your nose, and there, and right there. Kind of brightens that center part. But that's really cool too, and it's under $5, $6 or $7 actually. Very, very affordable. And in case you're interested still in concealer, I'm going to do one thing actually, which I've talked about before with my blush brush, is to go back with that little bit of blush that is still on the brush, and just go under my eyes. Bring that pinky peach color up under the eyes if there's concealer there. It just kind of evens it all out. And in terms of mascara, now I did not get an Elf mascara, but I'm going to use my Wet n Wild mascara, which I love. This is the Mega Length, I think it's called. And it's got a beautiful, very thin wand. I showed you this, I think, on the Wet n Wild video that I did. And when I was looking at all my mascaras and saying, I want to stay with Drugstore for most of my products, which one? And this is the one I've been reaching for all the time. And there's a technique I learned I want to share with you for mascara that I think really, really works. And I cannot think for the life of me who it was. I saw this, talking about it. But basically what you do is you take your mascara wand and you put it under, like as if you were going to pull up like normally, but just stay in the bottom there at the base of your eyelash for a second, or your eye, yeah, oh, I'm just doing it wrong there. But you just stay at the base and then pull it up. I'm trying to look in the mirror and also in this, but by doing that and just wriggling it a little bit at the base of the eyelash, it gives you a really cool thickness. Can you see the difference? I mean, I love this mascara. And there's a lot of mascaras that are volumizing and very, very big brushes and everything, but for some reason, this little teeny weeny wand works for me just fine. And I seem to have more control over it, and I like the result. So I'm going to do the other side here with the that technique of going down to the base and just wriggling it a teeny little bit and then pulling up. You can kind of curl the wand too if you can. It's hard to describe. It's hard to describe what I'm doing, but the bottom line is to leave your wand a teeny bit for half a second or two at the base of your lash and then move up. I think it works, and I really like how the it's not so full and voluminous, but it's very long and lengthening, and I don't know, just thickening, enough for me. So what do you think? I mean, I like that mascara a lot. And I haven't even, and as you saw, I didn't curl my lashes at all, but I think they're looking good. Hopefully with this mirror, I'll look one more time. The light is very strange this morning. Yeah, I like it. Okay. So that's my eyes using the e.l.f. No Budge eyeshadow and this beautiful Wet n Wild mascara. And I think all that's left is lips. And again, I'm going to use my Flower Beauty Coral Crush because it's one of my favorites. And there actually is a trend right now for using lip liner. I don't have one near me, but I'm going to just put lipstick on because this is a natural day look. I'm not trying to overdo it. I'm going to use my beautiful Coral Crush with Flower. e.l.f. does some great lipsticks as well, but I really adore this one, and I just feel like a coral person today, so I'm going to put this on. This is like my third lipstick of this color. I used it all through the summer months. It's gorgeous. Actually, this would look really nice with a little bit of dark, like chocolate colored lip liner as well. Okay. Okay. That's it. I really like this look. I mean, I've taken time because we've been chatting and everything, but I wanted to just sort of go through with you point by point some of these products. So what have we talked about? We talked about the glow, the Halo Glow by e.l.f., which is a great base and all over glow for your face. We've talked about the non-budge eyeshadow products, which are absolutely adorable. The Luminous blush, putty blush by e.l.f., which is a gorgeous product. And also Eyebrow by e.l.f. And then we've thrown in a few other things as well, but I just wanted to make sure that I remind you that e.l.f. is a great line to look at. Oh, I wanted to talk also about the eyeshadows that they do. They're probably more famous for these than anything, but these are the little 4-pan eyeshadow palettes. This is one, I think it's called Cream and Sugar, but again, it's got, all of them have got a dark color, a very light color, matte and shimmer combination, and I just think they're beautiful. I think the reason I popped this in here is I was going to actually put a tiny bit of the of this glow right there, so you can see what that does. And so once you, in my opinion, once you've got the powder or the cream eyeshadow on your lid and you've not brought it up, into the crease of your eye, you can just let it dry a bit and then use something, a little bit of powder to sort of sparkle, add a bit of sparkle. So that's my e.l.f. New product reveal and try. I hope that you found it useful. If you love e.l.f. products, which ones do you enjoy? Please share. And if you have another drugstore line that you absolutely have fallen in love with, it's affordable, it's good quality, please share with us too. I love to try new things. So I hope you're doing well, everybody. Take really, really good care and have a fabulous day wherever you are in this world. I appreciate your support here at 60andMe. Please like the video if you found it was useful, and look forward to talking again soon. Bye-bye for now.